Picture this. You're at your asylum interview, seated across from the officer, and you're telling them all about what you've endured in your country, maybe some really traumatic events, and your very real fear of being harmed upon return. But the officer isn't even making eye contact. They're typing constantly, clicking around, staring at their computer screen. It's unsettling, verging on disrespectful. Let me tell you what's going on over there on the other side of the desk. I know this because I used to be an asylum officer with USCIS. All right, the officer is going to have two computer monitors in front of them. On monitor one, they're taking notes. They're typing out your answers to their questions. Now, on the second computer monitor, this is where it gets interesting. Your declaration was pulled up the entire time. They're reading it while you talk, hunting for inconsistencies. They're comparing what you're saying now in your testimony to what you wrote in your application and declaration and your other case materials. But they're also doing real-time research to investigate. So for example, Google Maps. If you say that you protested in front of the National Assembly and then you fled across the street to the State Art Museum, they're verifying that those buildings are in fact actually across from each other, okay, using Google Maps. They're also Googling politician names that you mentioned, things like party names, dates of protests. So they're fact checking you in real time. And here's something that most people don't know. Asylum officers are chatting with other people during your interview through Microsoft Teams. They're messaging their supervisors. For example, the applicant just said this, and I'm not sure on the implications or what I should ask next. What do you think? So asylum officers also consult reference materials for guidance on asylum eligibility based on what you're saying. They'll review something called a lesson plan, which is the asylum office's manual for how officers are supposed to do their job. And they might check out your social media too. Googling your name plus Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, they're looking for things like posts that you've made where it shows you with weapons, for example, or photos of you back in your country after you said that you had left. Maybe timeline contradictions or posts that you've made celebrating the government that you claim persecuted you, in which you now feel. During all of this, there will be awkward silences. They'll say, oh, hold on. And maybe just stare at their screen. This is perfectly normal. Don't let it rattle you. You've got to stay calm and just deal with the fact that it's not going to be a fluid, normal conversation. You're dealing with someone who is doing all kinds of things over on the other side of the desk, all kinds of tasks, none of which you can see. But look, at least you now know what's going on. You're not walking into a mystery anymore, which should help you to enter your interview with more confidence. If you want to explore getting help with your asylum case, please send me the word consult in a direct message.